Don't
No,
your
I've
friends
never.
influence you?
No.
Fact, university boys cheat.
For real?
You should know this. You meet like the seniors telling you, no, don't study hard, study smart.
But it's like,
it's
how
really
do you
hard,
study
yeah.
smart? What?
Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my sister's YouTube channel.
Hi.
If you're new, don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below.
That's not even how I say it. Hi guys, it's Tori. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. In today's video, I finally managed to convince my sister to be on the channel. So this is my little sister Lillian, and don't even comment down saying she looks older because
I'm older by a lot of years.
Okay.
So my sister Lillian is in her first year. In today's video, we're just going to practically be talking about the difference, or we're going to be giving you advice from a fourth year, because guys, I'm in fourth year now, versus advice from a
First year.
So the first advice is relationship advice. What's your relationship advice?
Honestly, for first years, I think it's not really important to get into a relationship when you're in uni. I feel like when you go to uni, focus on what you actually went there for, and
Don't you went there to find a partner?
No, not like that. Like, you know, like learn the environment, because
Men cheat.
in fact, university boys cheat.
For real?
You should know this. Like,
Yeah.
learn to first know the people you want
Yeah.
to engage with.
So I think like my relationship advice is just don't date at all. Honestly, I feel like university
In your
relationships,
first year or at
just
home?
entirely, I think I don't think
Dude.
yeah, I'm serious. Honestly, my advice is just don't get into relationships. I highly don't advise. Also, like, you have to really think about like the breakup. When you break up with a
Yep.
person and then you have to see them every single day, the awkwardness is like mad crazy. For those of you who've had like uni relationships and they've worked out and you guys are married now, good for you.
And I think if you're dating in uni, it's really tempting to make wrong decisions.
Yeah, it is very tempting because of the freedom again. So, you know, it comes with the freedom. Now you'll be visiting this boy at his
Yeah.
house or at his dorm room, whatever.
Yeah,
And
you'll be missing lectures.
yeah, you'll be missing lectures because you think, oh,
Yeah.
you know, at least this person makes me happy.
Some of them
Now you must
become
be sad
wives.
after failing an exam, and then you want to go to his place and just cuddle in the night, and then 9
Yup.
months later.
Friendships. I think first year friendships are really good, trust me. Like, they're just like, oh my
Really?
god, like, you know, you just feel like those will be your friends for forever, and it's just like things are moving so smooth. But like right now I can say, oh, my friends, love you, jeez. But like I just hope to still be friends with them like till I get to fourth year. And
Yeah.
but like the things that
So you
need
like
to
highly
make-
recommend making friends, right?
yeah, like you need each other in university. You are not a one-man standalone thingy.
Yeah.
Like you need, you know, that
That's
like
a one-man standalone. I've never heard anybody say
I
that.
think it's a
I've
word.
never heard anybody say one-man standalone, but anyway.
As long as it makes sense. Yeah, like you need your friends. Honestly, there are times when
Yeah.
school gets so tough, and you just really need your friends. Like you, if you're going through something with someone, you know, okay, it's not only me. Other people are going through it as well, and you know,
Yeah.
you guys can be strong together. You can think of ways of how you can like better yourselves from maybe a failed exam and all that stuff. But like.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you make the right friends, because there are those friends who encourage you to do good things, and then there are those ones who will just take you to the club each and every single day.
I think my advice when it comes to friendships is that don't hold on too tight to friendships. Like, it's okay to value it's okay to value university relationships, but you also have to realize that people come into your life for a period of times. I think like everybody has an expiration date in your life.
Love your friends.
And that's okay. Like, I love my friends, don't get me wrong, I love my friends. What happens is when you keep on holding on to things because you see a future with these friends, you start to compromise a lot on even just your worth. You end up being the one that's a clown because now you're fighting for friendships that shouldn't even be fought for, or you're forcing things. In short, you start to force things with people that don't want you in their life anymore. And so now I'm at a point where like I really appreciate everybody who's been in my life and everybody who's in to this day, like in terms of friendships in uni. And for those that left, I'm really okay that they left, and I'm not going to go to them and cry for them to be in my life, because it's like you've served your time, and that's fine. As a first year, how do you manage your finances?
Ooh, finances. I don't know. I would speak for myself on this one. I am an economist. Yeah, and I'm really
I'm a computer scientist. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah, like I really feel like everyone should learn to like manage their finances very well. Like, don't be careless, and don't just use your money just because you have. Trust me, when you're in first year, your parents will give you a lot of money just because, like, it's your first time. They don't want you to be stranded and all that stuff. But it's up to you to learn to use that money like very well, and not just like misuse things. Like, I know people who would like have money and they want to like
they only live just once.
They only live once. Tomorrow never comes. And they like want to get food. They want to cook so many meals on one day, like, and then what do you eat the next day? Like, think about that.
At the end of the term, when you absolutely don't have
when you're absolutely broke and you start begging, that's just embarrassing, bro.
Like, I think for me, everybody knows, because I've spoken about this on the channel several times. Just live within your means. There is no point of you trying to prove to your friends that you're capable. I have friends that literally call me at very awkward times of the night because they're stranded, they want money, they went out to the club, now they don't have money to take a yango, they are stranded because they spent all their money, or mid-through they want to go somewhere but they can't afford the place where their friends are going, but they still want to fit in, and as a result they're getting Congole, they are doing what, and it's like, if you don't have, stay home. If you can't afford eating at stairs, get fries from the rooftop. If you can't buy a drink from school, buy yourself a juice bottle and carry water, carry juice from home. Like, it doesn't hurt, So like, when it comes to finances, I think in first year you don't even realize how much money you're spending, because you feel like you're just living your life and you're trying to adapt. But for little things that you can easily get at home, if you can make lunch. Me and my friends make lunch majority of the times, and as embarrassing as it is to be carrying lunch packs in uni, trust, we've saved so much money from just doing that, in comparison to us buying food every single day or us getting drinks every single day. So just live within your means. If you can't afford it, don't buy it.
Do you recommend missing lectures?
Shockingly as this is, guys, I do recommend I do recommend missing lectures, because unfortunately at my school, but very, very unfortunately at Cavendish, attendance matters. Attendance
at every school
matters, and I don't know how serious it's taken. I think it's a lie. I really think it's a lie, because the amount of times I haven't signed that thingy, that report book or whatever, so many times. And I know people who've practically attended like 3 of their classes.
How are you even passing, bro?
Yeah, but my point is, I do recommend missing lectures if you don't understand the content. If you see 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, you're not understanding what your lecturer is teaching, don't go for class. Stay home and just read on your own. So I remember this one time in second year, one of my lecturers, I just didn't understand his content. I felt like I was really wasting my time from the first day of school, and I just told myself, I said, guys, I'm like actually done with this class. I'm not going to attend it. I didn't attend it till he left, and yeah, I did pretty well, because the time that I used to spend traveling from home to school, I still did spend it on like really utilizing my time and studying. So what's the whole point of me going to school and spending 5 hours there and not understanding the content, and like me staying home spending 2 hours and understanding the content? Miss lectures if you have to. If you don't have to, if everything is clear, attend them.
Yeah, but like in your missing, do what she did.
Yeah, in your missing,
like, study. Don't just leave. Don't watch series.
Yeah.
Don't do what. But I feel like if you are in first year, trust me, you need like, there's just something that I feel has to be heard when you're in class. You like feel, there's like, you get 1 or 2 things, even if you don't understand everything fully. When you ask your friends to teach you and all that stuff, you'll be able to at least connect the dots from what you heard in class to what your friends are explaining for you. But
I think what you're
miss
trying to say
lectures.
is that
Don't miss
there are
lectures.
certain things that are explained by lecturers that are not in books.
Yeah.
So it's like
a
once
lot
you
of-
hear it, it's going to make more sense, but you won't find
Yeah.
it in the book. So you prefer you go and hear what he has to say,
Yeah.
and then read that it makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about entertainment? Like, how do you feel about like people going to Groove, for instance, in your first year? You know, you guys have like a lot of things going on at your university. So you always have these concerts and whatever. So how do you feel about people like going to Groove and stuff?
I think university is really stressful. Trust me, it's really stressful. If you have the chance to like enjoy,
Groove.
just like enjoy it. Don't like leave. Don't like restrict yourself too much to just be like always on your books. Don't be the nerd of university, please. Well,
Be the nerd of university.
I'm sometimes the nerd of university.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like if you have the chance, I don't mean go and like enjoy and dance all the time. Remember there is school, but like once in a while, like have your fun moments and just enjoy, like let loose, dude.
Yeah, true. I also feel the same way, even though I practically have never been to like any school event. Well, like for Groove and whatever. No, we have them at our school, but I think like just like you and me, you know, like I think that's just not really our lifestyle. The whole going for concerts and loud music. Yeah, overnights. But me, I don't think even now I can do overnights, to be honest.
I've gone for a talent show.
Like it has to be very like somebody that I really, really like, or something like Sampa the Great type of thing, I'd go. I'd go, but every other person, I think I'd be very, very skeptical about it. So, like, honestly, my advice is go for Groove. Have fun, let loose. If you have things happening on weekends, you know, do your work in the afternoon, go to Groove in the night.
As
you know, like
Groove,
balance
please
up.
don't forget to do your work.
Like balance up your time. Don't just get caught up in now because you were at Groove on Friday. The whole week you're fancying how nice Groove was to a point where you're forgetting that like there is work waiting for you. Like that's when it becomes an issue. But let loose, have fun, go out with your friends, do fun things. It's uni, guys.
How do you study?
I literally got I think I get a lot of how should I study questions. Like people ask me for study tips. Like you ask me all the time, and I think my answer is very consistent. I really don't know how you should study. If I'm being very, very honest, I don't have study tips that help me. I don't have a study method that helps me through uni. There's just things that I do because it's a routine and they work for me. That doesn't mean they'll work for you. For instance, in first year, I would study for an hour and take a 5 minutes break, sleep flat out. Every single time I would study for like 3 hours, but I'd take 5 minutes breaks in between. Now I study for 4 hours. I study for 3 hours, sorry. I don't take any breaks in between and I just take naps afterwards. I take like 3-hour naps to balance, to make it even, you know. And for me, that works. You just have to, I think, find what works for you. How about you?
Study methods.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know how, okay, I have heard how you do it in fourth year.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're in first year,
it's different.
I feel like you will study for really long hours. I think
in first year?
Yes, I think you will study for really long hours because you're trying to like get into the system, grasp all the information. Like you just don't want to leave any stone unturned because you really just want to get A's, straight up A's. And when you're in first year, honestly, just study how you can, as long as the method works for you. I don't know how. I think it changes as you get used to the environment, but
because I think the more you go, the more you learn how to study smart. Because currently you kind of just study anyhow, but like the more you do it, the more you figure out like, okay, this worked for me. Like let's take for instance, you got like A's. So you're like, okay, this worked for me and I got A's. Then you switch your routine and you get like A's and B's and you're like, okay, now I know what the issue is. So how do I like transition? So that makes more sense.
You meet like the seniors telling you, no, don't study hard, study smart.
But it's like how do you study smart? What's
you
studying
like
smart
try to Google and find things, but trust me, just use a routine that works for you. What works for another person won't work for you.
I think try out different routines should be like our advice. Try out different routines and then eventually you get into what works for you. Because if you're doing the same thing over and over, you really won't know what works for you. And then you'll be getting surprised, Kuti, why are you getting C's all the time? It's because you've been doing the same thing over and over and it's not working, it's not efficient.
You're not evolving.
Yeah, so switch to something better, you know?
Yeah. Do you recommend carrying so much stationery as you go study?
I think just generally in uni, I don't recommend you to even buy a lot of things. Like I used one book for like 2 semesters. Just one book, 2 semesters, because guys, like it was working. What's the whole point of me like learning, like taking notes for like 4 pages and having 4 books with four pages written on it? It really doesn't make sense. So personally, I really recommend carrying very, very few stationery, because number one, most of the things you won't even use. Let me start from there. Number two, some things will just dry up. For instance, highlighters and stuff. You think you're going to be using all highlighters. You won't be. Carry it as... Some of your highlighters came back dry. So obviously
because I used...
Obviously you do. Yeah. She came back with dry highlighters. I don't recommend. So like get as few things as you possibly can. I know there is that excitement because, you know, we're going to uni. We want to be the kid with a notepad, the kid with highlighters, the kid with colored pens, the kids with flashcards. But it's like, you're never going to use those things most of the times. Those 10 books that you're crying for your parents to buy for you, just tell them to buy you 2. There will literally be more than enough if you could just section them out. Yeah, if you could just section them out. So what's the whole point? Also, like when it comes down to stationery, like I've seen people carry like a lot of things to the library. They'll be carrying like 5 books, their laptops, their pencil case. It's like, bro, carry 1 pen, carry 1 book, carry your laptop. That's all you need. Carry flashcards. You don't need all those things. As a result, they'll either get lost or get stolen once you get to the bathroom. So it's like, I highly recommend carrying very few stationery. Last but not least, spiritual life. Like, how do you still maintain being a Christian with your morals and values from home in an environment where everybody has like different religions? And take it from me, I think I'm like one of the people with very diverse friends. Yeah. Like I practically have like 2 Christian friends. Just like I think in uni I actually have one.
Religions?
No, I've never wanted to switch religions.
Did your friends influence you?
No. How do you then maintain, you know, like aside from the diversity, how do you then maintain your morals and values? Because I think Christian morals and values are the hardest to hold down. Yeah. Like, you know, how do you not sin though? You know? And how do you still remain grounded despite feeling like you've grown?
I think, you know, stick to the routines that you had at home. Let me say, when I was home, we used to have like family Bible study.
We still do?
Oh yeah, we still do. But like when I went to school, I used to do that with my friends. But due to like time management, you know, you need to be studying at this time and all that stuff. It was hard for us to work that out. And instead, I just had like my own personal time of prayer just to help me like stick to my lane and not like turn away from like what I actually want. Yeah, it was really cute.
I think like for me, it was like a huge struggle in first year, because I think in first year I never used to read the Bible as much as I do now, and I never used to pray as much as I do, and I used to not pray. But you'd think because you have very little time, it's okay for you to not do some of these things that are like routines from the word go. You know, but the more I go, the more I adjust. I think like time management comes in as well. You know, because the more you read the Bible, the more grounded you become in like the word of God. The more your actions begin to align with, you know, what the scriptures teach. And if you're like not reading the Bible, you think, oh, at least I know God and at least I pray. But it's like, what's the guideline for your life? You know, so you really have to really find time, like the same way you prioritize studying or hanging out with your friends and all these other things that you do. It's the same way you really have to prioritize your spiritual life. Like don't shun away from what you've been doing all along, from what's been working for you. You know, pray in the morning, pray in the night. It's as simple as just like a little prayer. Anyway guys, so that was practically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below, and we will see you guys in the next video.